Good morning, my thirsty friend. Today I'm with Louis Damien at Bouchacourt. We are in Chenas. Now Louis Damien took over the family estate in 2014.
Yeah.
And now he's running 4, almost 5 hectares vineyards in the north of Beaujolais. Next, it's sandwiched between Moulin à Vent, Fleury,
Saint-Amour,
Saint-Amour,
Juliena,
so
sur Chenas.
Chenas, which is a small appellation overall.
Yes, it is a smaller appellation of Beaujolais.
Okay, as we discussed earlier, you have let's say 2 wine. I mean, you have Vin de France and Chenas. You decide to declassify your Beaujolais village in Vin de France. You do white and red, or just
white and red.
White and red. But as you mentioned, Beaujolais village is a much larger appellation. So somehow your style is quite special and is diluted overall in the production. So it's difficult for you to stand up compared to Chenas, where I mean you are not the only one working the way you currently do. So overall, with a few of them, you have a style which participates to the diversity of Chenas.
Yeah.
We are in Chenas appellation next to your estate. I was looking at. I will show you the soil, which are pinkish. So on that side is a mountain of Chenas.
Yeah, we have the first one, la montagne des chasseurs.
Ouais.
And this way, the Pic Raymond.
And,
just
in front of the village of Chenas.
Chenas, the church. Over there on the ridge, we have the Madone de Fleury.
Yeah.
You can see. And right over there, we have the Moulin à Vent.
Yeah, we can see the windmill on the top of the hill. So it's just behind, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. And right in front of us, this is your vines.
Yeah, young wine. I planted in 2016.
I mean, you work organic. Do you work biodynamically? What kind of? I mean, we talk about permaculture.
Yeah.
What is your philosophy regarding? I mean, grape growing.
I have a dream.
Yeah, please. Tell us about your dream. We want to know.
It's to manage a vineyard, so I don't need to treat, and I don't need to. So
you don't want even to use any sulfites or any copper.
Yeah, it's my dream, but I know the way to
go. It will come, you know. It's step by step.
The way to go over there, it's a big job, and maybe I can't realize.
Reach it, yes.
Yeah.
But it's a part of your plan. I mean, we were talking that. You want to plant, of course, I mean Gamay, but also hybrids.
Yeah, maybe, but to go on the way to don't use chemical. Yeah, hybrid could be interesting.
And do you want to grow among the vineyards? You want to grow trees? You want to grow vegetables?
Yeah.
You want to have animals? So and this is what is
to like, make a system sufficient.
Yeah, auto-sufficient.
Yeah, auto-sufficient. Here, the asparagus.
Okay, let's have a look.
There is some other grapes, but yeah, this is asparagus.
Really?
So I plant them last year, so it's the second year. So
I can see them here, of course.
Yeah, I leave it grow right now, and next year I can start to pick up some asparagus to eat.
Right now it's green. Not a problem for you in terms of competition between the vines and the grass?
To leave the grass could be competition, but also it protects the soil from evapotranspiration. So it could be the problem, but it could be the solution too. But if you cut the grass before they make this seed, they restart to grow and restart to pump water and make the deficit.
Obviously, there's no one recipe.
Yeah,
it's all about observation.
Exactly.
As you mentioned, I mean, you are not on the top of the hill of Chenas, where the soil are much leaner. Here is a bit more deep because, of course, with the rainfall, there's a little bit more sediment, a little bit more clay,
Erosion,
sand.
yeah.
So the erosion is bringing a bit more material to the ground here, and is not as sensitive to the heat as you mentioned earlier. Okay, now we are now in the cellar, and we tested so some of the wines. So we will go through them. So there is actually, as we explained earlier, three wines. I mean, there is two range. Let's say there is Vin de France, white and red. So we're in Beaujolais. So Beaujolais, it's Chardonnay for white, Gamay for red, always. And the Chenas, which is a cru from Beaujolais. So we will maybe start to explain a little bit the style, because definitively after tasting the Le Glou Glou collection, I understand better why you don't really fit into the Beaujolais village
appellation.
Standard. The style, we have 2019 at the moment, so just explain us a little bit how you produce those wines. I mean, the white, I believe, is direct pressing.
Yeah, direct pressing, and after fermentation in vat, and I leave it in age for 1 year in vat, and this way after I put it in bottle.
A bit of Spanish in between.
I bottling 1 year after, in November 2020, and I wait 1 year more to start to sell it when the wine is settled in the bottle.
Okay, so maybe, I don't know if you can see, but I mean, there's no filtration. This is really a style of wine which is really to preserve as much as possible the purity of the wine, which means that you have to expect also to have a wine which is slightly different than the standard Chardonnay. In this particular case, you feel that it has a very powerful liveliness. It almost tastes like a Chablis in terms of liveliness, but with a different style of acidity, something which is a bit more broad, but definitely something that clean your palate and is very mouth watering, and that actually works. I mean, this is like perfect pairing with oyster in general, or I would say any food that needs, to have a certain level of acidity. It can be a ceviche, which is made with lime.
Fresh fish.
So anything that you can imagine, comes with good level of acidity, you will find the same level into the wines and get a nice pairing where what you get in the food, kind of match with what you get in the glass. In the red is a little bit in the same way. In pâté, rillette, everything which
Mâchon, c'est Mâchon Beaujolais.
Mâchon Beaujolais,
kind of different pork part. And,
I'm sure, like saucisson de Lyon.
Everything from pork.
Everything from pork.
With the fat and the meat and spice, it's matched very well. Usually with salad, green salad, it's very hard to find a wine who match with it, and this match good with I don't know, with the
dressing.
With the dressing. The dressing is not a problem.
Exactly.
And we can with the salad with I don't know, my cheese goat or something like that.
Definitely.
It's much good.
They are not wine which are heavy. They are on the light to medium side, but very refreshing and glue style. Now we have those two Chenas, which we try. Let me show you a bit closer. So this one, I mean, it's the same wine, huh? It's just you change every year the label?
The label, yeah. My wife is a graphist.
Ah, okay.
And she makes a label every year.
I tried the wine at Blind, and as much as I could see, you know, on the glass, at the rim, you know, there was a little sign of oxidation. The wines were always vibrant and didn't show any sign of being tired at all. The 17 was still, I mean, this is a solid wine. I mean, when you feel there's more concentration, more power, I mean, more intensity, more complexity on the nose. Of course, the vinification is different.
It's longer, yeah.
You say 3 weeks to 1 month?
Yeah, 3 weeks for the 2017 and 1 month for the 2014.
Keep your wine in order to be able to sell them, you know, when they are ready.
Take the time to the wine to set, to be well balanced to start to sell. And
the 17, I mean, shows a very good. I mean, it was a warm vintage. I mean, warm, yeah. Even if let's say the harvest was a small one due to the hail. It was dry weather after the hail. So this one is much more, let's say, fruit driven. But
fruity but concentration.
Yeah, like dark fruit, like almost like some cherry brandy character, a bit of spices, but very greedy, I would say, style. And compared to the 14, which actually was very different. You were mentioning that. Actually, right now it was showing some of the characters that you really enjoy in Chenas, which are the violet. The violet, see. It's definitely not as, but because it was a bit cooler vintage as well, 14. Yeah, it was cooler and which more generous vintage, bigger yield. A good yield, yeah. So, it was my first. So I was a bit timid. Shy. So yes, I mean, it's true that when we tested the wine, I could feel, you know, there was a little bit more liveliness compared to the 17. So I was on a cooler vintage, but yes, I could feel the tannic structure was quite rich as well, but smoother. So. I didn't got it straight, but I was surprised when I found out it was a 14 vintage, and it shows some much more floral with also some dry flowers. I found a little bit of brugnon. So I mean, very. I mean, each time you dip your nose, you know, you find something very elegant, very refreshing, and I mean, the wine has no sulfites, there's no filtration, has absolutely no. I mean, it's just I mean, perfect wine to enjoy now, and which would eventually even age longer. Yeah. So thank you very much, Louis Damien, for your efforts. And you're welcome. to promote a style of wine, you know, which is not necessarily, you know, the standard, and to bring freshness to the vineyards of Beaujolais and France in general. Well, thank you very much. You're welcome.